Welcome aboard the travel train. Fasten your seatbelts, grab your passports, and join us as we embark on an exhilarating journey to explore the most captivating destinations on the planet. Whether you're a seasoned traveler or planning your first trip, we've got you covered with essential tips, hidden gems, and all the must-know details to help you navigate and enjoy the world's most fascinating places. From the cobblestone streets of Europe to the vibrant markets of Asia, from the majestic landscapes of South America to the ancient wonders of Africa, the travel train is your gateway to the adventures that await. Get ready to discover, learn, and be inspired as we take you from one breathtaking stop to the next. This is the travel train, where your next adventure begins. Let's dive into today's destination. Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, is a city that effortlessly blends old-world charm with a lively, modern energy. It's a place where the past meets the present, and every corner of the city tells a story. The city's rich history, cultural vibrancy, and breathtaking landscapes make it one of Europe's most enchanting capitals. This documentary-style exploration will take you through Lisbon's iconic neighborhoods, the charm of its historic tram lines, and the stunning views that unfold from its famous viewpoints. The historic heart of Lisbon, Baixa and Rocio. We begin our journey in the heart of Lisbon, the Baixa district. This is the city's bustling downtown area, filled with grand plazas, wide avenues, and impressive 18th century architecture. Baixa was largely rebuilt after the devastating earthquake of 1755, and it is laid out in a grid pattern, a design overseen by the Marquis of Pombal. Walking through this area, one cannot help but feel the weight of history. The wide streets are lined with elegant neoclassical buildings, and at the center is the Praça do Comércio, a grand square that opens up to the Tagus River. Here you can sit by the waterfront and imagine the ships that once sailed into Lisbon, carrying treasures from the Portuguese Empire. Not far from Baixa is Rocio Square, one of Lisbon's most famous and lively plazas. Rocio is the perfect place to sit back, enjoy a cup of coffee at one of the many outdoor cafes, and watch the world go by. The square is paved with the traditional Portuguese calçada, a black and white mosaic pattern that creates an almost hypnotic effect when you walk across it. In the center of the square stands a statue of Dom Pedro IV, a symbol of Lisbon's historical importance as the seat of the Portuguese monarchy. The Alfama, Lisbon's oldest district. From the elegance of Baixa, we move into one of Lisbon's most character-filled neighborhoods, Alfama. This is the oldest district in the city, a maze of narrow, winding streets that seem to defy any modern logic. Alfama feels like a village within the city, where residents know each other, and the sense of community is palpable. The history of Alfama dates back to the Moors, and you can still see traces of their influence in the architecture and layout of the streets. Walking through Alfama feels like stepping back in time. The buildings are adorned with azulejos, the traditional blue and white tiles that are a hallmark of Portuguese design, and you can often hear the melancholic sounds of fado music drifting from small taverns and restaurants. Fado, the soulful music that speaks of love, loss, and longing, originated in this very district, and to hear it in Alfama is to truly feel the soul of Lisbon. At the top of Alfama sits the Castelo de São Jorge, a medieval castle that offers some of the best views of the city. From here, you can see the red-tiled rooftops of Lisbon cascading down towards the river, and on a clear day, the views stretch all the way to the Atlantic Ocean. It's easy to spend hours wandering the streets of Alfama, discovering hidden courtyards, local markets, and tiny cafes tucked away in the iconic transport of Lisbon. One of the most charming aspects of Lisbon is its historic tram system, particularly Tram 28. This tram line winds its way through some of the city's most iconic neighborhoods, including Alfama, Baixa, and Graça. The bright yellow trams have become a symbol of Lisbon, and riding one is an experience that should not be missed. Tram 28 is more than just a mode of transport. It's like a moving museum. As it clatters along the narrow, hilly streets, you pass by ancient churches, quaint squares, and steep staircases. The tram offers a unique perspective on Lisbon's architecture and urban landscape, with its old-fashioned wooden interiors and rattling windows giving you a nostalgic feel for the city's past. Despite its historical charm, Tram 28 is still used by locals as a practical way to get around, which adds to its authenticity. It's a living piece of Lisbon's history, connecting the old with the new in the most delightful way. The neighborhoods of Bairro Alto and Chiado Lisbon's neighborhoods are diverse, each with its own unique character, and none illustrate this better than Bairro Alto and Chiado. These two areas, though close to each other, offer completely different atmospheres. Bairro Alto, with its narrow streets and colorful buildings, is known for its bohemian vibe. During the day, it feels almost sleepy, with quiet cafes and traditional shops dotting the streets. But as the sun sets, Bairro Alto comes alive. It transforms into one of the city's liveliest nightlife districts, with bars, clubs, and restaurants spilling out onto the streets. Music fills the air, and the energy is infectious. It's the perfect place to experience Lisbon's vibrant social scene, whether you're sipping on a glass of Portuguese wine or dancing the night away in a local bar. In contrast, Chiado is more refined and elegant. It's a hub of culture and sophistication, home to theaters, bookstores, and historic cafes. Chiado was once the meeting place for Lisbon's intellectuals and artists, and you can still feel that creative energy today. One of the most famous spots in Chiado is Café a Brasileira, a beautifully preserved cafe where the poet Fernando Pessoa once sat and wrote. Outside the cafe, there is a bronze statue of Pessoa, and it has become a tradition for visitors to sit next to him for a photo. Chiado is also a great place for shopping, with a mix of high-end boutiques and traditional Portuguese stores. Whether you're looking for handcrafted ceramics, fashionable clothing, or a book from one of the city's oldest bookstores, the best views of Lisbon. Lisbon is famously built on 7 hills, and this unique geography gives the city some of the most stunning viewpoints, or miradouros, in all of Europe. These viewpoints are scattered throughout the city, offering breathtaking panoramic views of the red rooftops, the river, and beyond. One of the most popular miradouros is Miradouro da Senhora do Monte, located in the Graça district. From here, you get an incredible view of the entire city, including the castle, the river, and the sprawling neighborhoods below. It's a perfect spot to watch the sunset as the golden light bathes the city in a warm glow. Another great viewpoint is Miradouro de Santa Catarina, which offers a more laid-back atmosphere. Locals often gather here to relax on the grass, play music, or simply enjoy the view. From Santa Catarina, you can see the Tagus River stretching out towards the Atlantic. With the iconic 25 viewpoints in the city is Miradouro de São Pedro de Alcântara. It's a beautifully landscaped terrace that offers stunning views over Bairro and towards the castle. The gardens here are the perfect place to sit and take in the beauty of Lisbon, surrounded by flowers, fountains, and statues. Lisbon's cultural scene. Beyond its historic neighborhoods and scenic vistas, Lisbon is also a city with a thriving cultural scene. It's a place where art, music, and creativity flourish. The city is home to numerous museums, from the ancient artifacts housed in the National Museum of Archaeology to the cutting-edge contemporary art found in the street art, with vibrant murals and graffiti decorating the city's walls. The LX Factory, a former industrial complex turned creative hub, is one of the best places to experience Lisbon's street art and modern culture. Here you'll find galleries, shops, and restaurants housed in old factory buildings, with street art covering nearly every surface. In recent years, Lisbon has become a hub for young creatives and digital nomads, drawn by its laid-back lifestyle, affordable cost of living, and inspiring surroundings. The city's creative energy is palpable, from the trendy cafes where locals and visitors work side by side, to the vibrant music and theater scenes that draw crowds from all over the world. Lisbon is a city that captivates with its mix of old and new, its history and its modern vibrancy. From the ancient streets of Alfama to the buzzing nightlife of Bairro Alto, from the charm of its trams to the stunning views from its miradouros, Lisbon offers something for every traveler. It's a city that invites you to slow down, explore, and take in its many layers of beauty and culture. Whether you're strolling through its picturesque neighborhoods, riding its historic trams, or simply sitting at a viewpoint, soaking in the scenery, Lisbon is a city that stays with you long after you leave. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. See you in the next one.